Hey friends, Joe Roscoe, welcome back. In today's video is what to do with the sibling that won't move out of mom and dad's house, or that won't move out of the property in probate, okay? So dealing with probate in California by and large is a daunting task, okay? Now I know it only adds to the madness when you have a sibling or a brother and sister that just unfortunately never got up off their feet and never moved out of mom and dad's house. It happens a lot, okay? So in this video I'm going to try to explain and give you a good 3 or 4 tips that can help give you a step-by-step process and what to do if things go south, okay? So hope you don't mind, I've got my notes up here on my laptop, so I'm going to glance down periodically. First things first, you need to get appointed, okay? So if you are already, that's great. If you haven't, and I specialize in California, this is California specific, so if you're dealing with a probate in California or wherever you're at, you need to call an estate planning attorney or a probate attorney in your state, preferably within a couple counties of where your property's at, okay? Get appointed. Now, once you're appointed, you will receive what's called letters of administration, and that's gonna tell you that you have powers, okay? So there's no point in ruffling anybody's feathers or any siblings. Don't call anybody, don't yell at anybody until number 1, that you're appointed, okay? Once you're appointed, that'll give you power to act and represent the estate, okay? Now, if your loved one passed away recently, I'm sure the person living in the house, they're probably expecting this call, and I'm sure that it's, I'm sure that they maybe felt this coming, okay? Now, if they've been living in the house, which I've also had this happen, if they've been living in the house for 10, 15, 20 years, and your loved one actually passed away a long, long time ago, and you guys never did anything, and now you're wanting to resurrect this and start the probate, that could cause a little bit more friction, okay? So be prepared for that. If that's the case, the latter, I want to, number 1, give you the first option, which is see if the person who wants to keep the home, as long as they have an income and a job, see if they can qualify for a loan to buy out everybody's inheritance, okay? So I understand that might be a lot of money, but if they can qualify for a loan, that's one way for them to keep the home and not have to move out, okay? Number 2 would be if they can just, and again, they may not have this, but if they have liquid funds in their account, if they just have enough money to cover the probate and attorney fees, and pay out all their siblings' inheritance, then guess what? They're going to keep that home. If not, then I'm sure they have to know, and you're going to have to explain to them gently, is what I'm recommending, that hey, if you can't qualify for a loan, brother or sister, and if you don't have the funds to pay us out, well, it's kind of unfair to hold our inheritance hostage. We're going to have to sell the property, okay? Next, I would let them know that you're going to be sending a realtor over there to touch base with them and to go about taking pictures and taking a look at the condition of the home, okay? Let them know that. If they object to that, you're going to know right there that you might have a long, drawn-out process on your hands, okay? Number 2, have the realtor make contact with the person living in the home and have them set up a time to look at the house, see what condition it's in, and to take pics, okay? Number 3, have them served with, in California, we have them served with a 60-day notice to move out, okay? Be prepared. You are going to get a frantic phone call once that notice goes out, okay? And what I want you to say and what I want you to do is, maybe act a little bit surprised and say, hey, you know what? This isn't coming from me. This is coming from the probate attorney. This is under his instruction. I didn't even know that, okay? In reality, though, what that is that's protecting you and all the other beneficiaries in the estate in case or in the event that the person living in the home, if they try to stonewall you guys, not talk to you guys, or not try to cooperate, okay, you're going to have to get the notice out of the way first before you can file the unlawful detainer, okay? So filing the 60-day notice, that protects you in case if something goes south. So you got to have that and just try to throw everything on the attorney. That's what I do. Let them know that hey, this is coming from the attorney, okay? Very important, make sure that you hire a landlord-tenant attorney, okay? Most probate attorneys in California are not going to want to deal with this. So don't be cheap and try and do it yourself, because if you mess up this notice, it's going to cost you a lot of time and a lot of money, okay? So hire a landlord-tenant attorney. Most attorneys, by the way, they'll probably file this 60-day notice and serve it for free, okay? Number 4, be prepared to have a heart-to-heart talk with your sibling. What do I mean by that? Meaning, if things go south, and as you're getting towards the end of that 60-day period, I just recently had recommended a seller do this, you might have to be the bigger person, reach out, dig deep, and I recommend calling them and just call them and apologize. Say, hey, I'm sorry. Now, I know you're probably thinking, what? Apologize? I didn't do nothing wrong, okay? I understand that, okay? I would invite you to get in the mind of the person living in the property, okay? And who knows, they might be upset at you for a number of reasons, okay? It could be something recent, or it could be something in the past, okay? It could be a number of ideas. You might have an idea, maybe you do, maybe you don't, okay? But what I recommend, and this is literally what I would say, hey blank, I'm sorry for the way things got off, and I'm sorry for anything I've said or done to you in the past. Now, I would still like to sell the home. I plan on selling the home, and I'd like to have your cooperation, with me. Will you please move forward? Okay? And then once you say that, just be quiet and listen to what they say, okay? Those just may be the magic words to unlock the stalemate or whatever is going on with the person that's living in the house, okay? So try to have that heart-to-heart. May not be something you want to do, may not be something that you're interested in doing, but you'd be surprised that, if you have that heart-to-heart and just apologize, magic happens, I promise, okay? So after you apologize, see where they're at, and you might be surprised with the results. If they flat out say no, and no, I'm not going to work with you, and they're stuck and they're stubborn in their ways, then at least you went the extra mile, and then you're probably going to have to follow through with the eviction, okay? Number 5, your last step is to contact the landlord-tenant attorney and have them file the unlawful detainer, okay? In California, it ranges anywhere from $700 to $800, $900. And if you did, as I mentioned earlier, and you hire an attorney to serve the 60-day notice, then you're already going to have somebody for the unlawful detainer, okay? Other than that, if you have any questions, feel free to email, text, post a comment, and we look forward to helping you. And we deal with this all the time. This is Joe signing out, and I'll see you on the next one. Thank you.